that man is the richest, whose pleasures are the cheapest. The question is not what you look at, but what you see. None are so old as those who have outlived enthusiasm. Simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. I say, let your affairs be as 2 or 3, and not 100 or 1,000. Instead of 1,000,000, count half a dozen, and keep your accounts on your thumbnail. I believe that water is the only drink for the wise man. The language of friendship is not words, but meanings. As you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. Solitude will not be solitude. Poverty will not be poverty, nor weakness, weakness. I came into this world not chiefly to make it a good place to live in, but to live in it, be it good or bad. The only obligation which I have a right to assume is to do at any time what I think is right. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. Be yourself, not your idea of what you think somebody else's idea of yourself should be. Every man is a builder of a temple called his body. I would rather sit on a pumpkin and have it all to myself than be crowded on a velvet cushion. There are moments when all anxiety and stated toil are becomed in the infinite leisure and repose of nature. When we walk, we naturally go to the fields and woods. What would become of us if we walked only in a garden or a mall? I was not born to be forced. I will breathe after my own fashion. Let us see who is the strongest. The cost of a thing is the amount of what I will call life, which is required to be exchanged for it immediately or in the long run. Not till we are lost, in other words, not till we have lost the world, do we begin to find ourselves and realize where we are and the infinite extent of our relations. Heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads. I find it wholesome to be alone the greater part of the time. To be in company, even with the best, is soon wearisome and dissipating. I love to be alone. I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude. You must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, find your eternity in each moment. Fools stand on their island of opportunities and look toward another land. There is no other land, there is no other life but this. Every generation laughs at the old fashions, but follows religiously the new. All men want not something to do with, but something to do, or rather, something to be. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what I had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. Do not be too moral. You may cheat yourself out of much life, so aim above morality. Be not simply good, be good for something. If a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. Let him step to the music he hears, however measured or far away. What is the use of a house if you haven't got a tolerable planet to put it on? An early morning walk is a blessing for the whole day. Could a greater miracle take place than for us to look through each other's eyes for an instant? If we will be quiet and ready enough, we shall find compensation in every disappointment. A man is rich in proportion to the number of things which he can afford to let alone. The mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. Live in each season as it passes. Breathe the air, drink the drink, taste the fruit, and resign yourself to the influence of the earth. Read the best books first, or you may not have a chance to read them at all. I say beware of all enterprises that require new clothes and not rather a new wearer of clothes. Grow wild according to thy nature. Enjoy the land, but own it not. If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put the foundations under them. Books are the treasured wealth of the world and the fit inheritance of generations and nations. I should not talk so much about myself if there were anybody else whom I knew as well. Thank God men cannot fly and lay waste the sky as well as the earth. The greatest compliment that was ever paid me was when one asked me what I thought and attended to my answer. Nothing makes the earth seem so spacious as to have friends at a distance. They make the latitudes and longitudes. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. As you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. What sort of philosophers are we who know absolutely nothing of the origin and destiny of cats? All good things are wild and free. Dreams are the touchstones of our characters. To be a philosopher is not merely to have subtle thoughts, nor even to found a school, but so to love wisdom as to live according to its dictates, a life of simplicity, independence, magnanimity, and trust. It is better to have your head in the clouds and know where you are than to breathe the clear atmosphere below them and think that you are in paradise. Books must be read as deliberately and reservedly as they are written. When we are unhurried and wise, we perceive that only great and worthy things have any permanent and absolute existence, that petty fears and petty pleasures are but the shadow of reality. If a plant cannot live according to its nature, it dies, and so a man. You must live in the present. Launch yourself on every wave, Find your eternity in each moment. When I hear music, I fear no danger. I am invulnerable. I see no foe. I am related to the earliest times and to the latest. I have, as it were, my own sun and moon and stars and a little world all to myself. There is no remedy for love but to love more. How many a man has dated a new era in his life from the reading of a book? It is not worth the while to let our imperfections disturb us always. Any fool can make a rule, and any fool will mind it. Our truest life is when we are in dreams awake. I learned this, at least by my experiment, that if one advances confidentially in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success, unexpected in common hours. How vain it is to sit down, to write, when you have not stood up, to live. As if you could kill time without injuring eternity. This world is but canvas to our imaginations. Rather than love, than money, than fame, give me truth. Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify. Disobedience is the true foundation of liberty. The obedient must be slaves. How can any man be weak who dares to be at all? Goodness is the only investment that never fails. I can alter my life by altering my attitude. He who doesn't have anything to do with thorns must never attempt to gather flowers. Only that day dawns to which we are awake. There is more day to dawn. The sun is but a morning star. It is never too late to give up your prejudices. I did not wish to live what was not life. Living is so dear. Nor did I wish to practice resignation unless it was quite necessary. I have no doubt that it is part of my destiny, of the human race, in its gradual improvement, to leave off eating animals. Cultivate poverty like a garden herb, like sage. Do not trouble yourself much to get new things, whether clothes or friends. Turn the old, return to them. Things do not change, we change. Sell your clothes and keep your thoughts. God will see that you do not want society. Most of the luxurious and many of the so-called comforts of life are not only indispensable, but positive hindrances to the elevation of mankind. In wilderness is the preservation of the world. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. What does education often do? It makes a straight-cut ditch of a free, meandering brook. I have a room all to myself. It is nature. We are born as innocents. We are polluted by advice,